Alright, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today we have actually a bunch of different topics. So I talked about how I help to improve myself mechanically and game sense wise. I talked about how you can actually notice your own mistakes in your gameplay and fix them to help you rank up. And I completely forget about what I talked about in the second game. So anyways, we got some really good games on the plate, some really fun mechanical shots. I was doing a lot of stuff this video, so I hope you all enjoy, and I will see you all in game number 1. All right, getting into game number 1, we got Ninjas RL, Donna Bumma, and Black Magic. All right, this is an interesting lobby. Good kickoff goal right off the rip. So I actually watched a Yanks tutorial, or not tutorial, a Yanks montage. If you guys don't know Yanks, he's a formerly South American, now North American player for Furia. One of the most mechanical pros, I think, in RLCS. He's an insane player, 1s, 2s, 3s, you name it. He's just nuts, right? But I saw like a 3 or 4 minute montage of his. Well, somebody made a montage for him. I think he sent them his clips, and then they just like made a montage of it and put it behind a song, and you know, it was very inspiring. And I don't know about you guys, but whenever I'm in like sort of a mechanical slump, or I'm kind of just doing the same things over and over again, it always helps me to watch a montage of somebody who's better than I am. For example, Yanks. And it really like helps me think about the game differently. You know, it helps me think about how many more options there are available, which is part of the reason why I really like watching RLCS majors, especially LANs, because I'm very ADHD. So when it comes to actually watching RLCS at you know, on my free time, I can't really do it for more than like 30 minutes without getting super bored. But when I go to a LAN, there's nothing else to do there besides watch RLCS and like talk to people. So I actually get to learn a lot from LANs, and one of the things I get to learn is like just watching other pro players, or not other pro players, because I'm not a pro unless you believe AJ. But I just get to watch a bunch of pro players and like how they move their cards around the field, when they do use boost, when they don't use boost, and all this kind of stuff. I just learn, you know. So that's one of the reasons why I like to watch pro players, is because it changes the way that I think about the game. Let's get that to the corner there. Hopefully he can turn on it. He can. So I'm just gonna grab this back boost because I trust him. I trust Mr. Ninjas RL. Alright, I should be able to take this. I don't think that they're gonna go for it. Yeah, they're not. So he hit it around him. Get a flip reset. It didn't like flick how I wanted it to. I could have also just air dribbled that in or went for a double tap, but you know, either way, I think the flip reset would have bon cooler if I actually hit it, so that's why I went for it. You know, gotta hit the nicest shots possible for the audience on YouTube. Okay, I'll just pop that up. You can go again. Oh no, I ran out of boost. Oh wait, it's fine. Sorry, I know he doesn't have boost, so I don't want him to take it there unless he's gonna like bang it, which I could have actually just shot the ball. But the reason I didn't want him to go is because I don't think he had a lot of boost, whereas I have full boost, so if I need to air dribble it or something, I can potentially. Even though I messed up my touch, it's still the right play. I always prioritize like intention of play rather than like what actually ended up happening, so I think like I get less mad at my teammates for making mechanical mistakes than I do for just making dumb plays. So like if they make like a really bad decision, I tend to get more upset with them than if they were to just like, you know, miss their touch or something. As long as I can see the intentions there, I'm like, oh yeah, this dude's smart, you know, we're gonna win this game. It's all good, it's good vibes. And same thing with my gameplay. Like when I have a good play in mind, if I go for it but I just like mess up a little bit mechanically, I think that's better, at least for me. Like I would prefer that to me just making a bad play, even if I made that bad play with mechanics, you know, because mechanics is something that, you know, it's pretty much just like, oh, do more free play, you know, and eventually it'll fix itself. But decision making is something that you have to actively be thinking about. So to have bad decision making and get scored on because your decision making is, in my opinion, more tilting than getting scored on because of mechanics. Although when players are really low ranked and your mechanics are very, let's say, not consistent, I can understand why people get really tilted when they go for something or their teammate goes for something and they just completely screw it up mechanically. Although it is difficult. Like Rocket League is definitely one of the most mechanically intensive games to learn, especially because there's no transferable skills from a game like Counter-Strike or something like that. Like Counter-Strike to Valorant, right? You have the FPS aspect, the aim, you know, shooting them in the head, or, you know, an AWP or whatever, right? You have that at least transferable skill, and then you have to learn all the abilities and stuff like that, right? But for Rocket League, I mean, there are no games like Rocket League. All right, nice, good cut there. And it's so difficult to control too, because like, I don't know, it's not like you're driving like a car, like racing simulator or anything like that. It's like completely different in the third person. All right, game number 2. But yeah, I mean, I feel like Rocket League is definitely one of the most mechanically difficult games, especially to master. I mean, nobody's mastered Rocket League yet. You know, people are getting very, very close, and, you know, you could say that we're at an all-time high, absolutely. But, you know, to say that somebody mastered a game like this where there's no, like, one perfect solution, you know, like, I think of, for example, CSGO, you can look at that and you can say, all right, there's bots and there's cheats that will quite literally like always get a headshot 100% of the time, perfect aim, you know, and that is like perfect CSGO because they literally can't possibly lose. But like, what could you even do in Rocket League that would be the equivalent of that? I mean, just scoring it every time. But even if you score, if you like, depending on what shot you go for, it matters like what shot you go for, and then the defense can react accordingly, like if they think you're going for a shot. So it's like, there's no one perfect shot that's going to win every time. I mean, there's a lot higher percentage plays that are going to work every time, like maybe like an air dribble bump or something like that. But even those, you know, if you like get pre-jumped or something, they're still able to be defended. Even a perfect air dribble bump, if you get pre-jumped and you don't actually get the time to set up the air dribble bump, is not going to work 100% of the time. So, you know, it's crazy that like Rocket League has such a high, like, I don't know, it's just a very creative game, I would say. If you like, all the best players are extremely creative, they're extremely quick thinking, and then obviously, yeah, you have to have good, you know, 50s and positioning and stuff like that. But once you actually get the ball, being super creative with it is by far the best way to score a lot of goals. Now defense is less creative. Defense is more just like reading what the other players are doing. But then again, if the other players are creative, it's a lot harder to read them. That's why it's important to keep your opponents guessing. That's one of the reasons why I think Dominus could make a resurgence, which I talked about in a different video, but also like some of the Dominus touches just make no sense at all. Like some of the flicks that it gets, some of the power shots that it gets just have so much power and for no reason at all. There's also a shot you can do with the Dominus. So see the wheels and the car? Well, the hitbox actually sits a little bit above the wheels. And on the Dominus, you can pinch the ball in between the wheels and the bottom of the hitbox. And it just like, it just happens. You know, it's not something where, you know, I don't know how to say this, but it's not like, oh yeah, he's gonna pinch the ball. Like, it's not obvious. It's not like, if somebody's going for a ground pinch, right, or a wall pinch, you're like, okay, I know exactly what they're doing. I can either meet them at the ball, or I can go all the way into the net and hope that I can save it, right? And that's how you kind of defend a ground or a wall pinch. But if somebody pinches it on their own car, like, how do you even defend that? Oh no! Oh, I could have scored that. That would have been really nice. You know, it's like, how do you defend a shot that you don't even know is coming? You don't even think is like possible? Because a lot of people, I mean, nobody's gonna like pre-jump a pinch in between your wheels and the bottom of your hitbox, you know what I mean? That was my bad there. I didn't think Namitx, I didn't think he was that close. Young Cap should be able to get that boost or the ball, either works. I'm just gonna take a 50 there and then take a 50 here. Over him? Wait. Oh, I thought Young Cap was gonna go. Alright, I'm just gonna try to cut in front of the ball here, force him to shoot it. Okay. He's not shooting it, which is fine. Take a 50. Oh, my fault. Fake. Oh, nice. I don't think he was going to save that either way. Even if I shot it towards the right side of the net, he pre-jumped behind him. So, good shot. Good fast play there. I got to climb back up in the ranks because I was 2K, and promoting to 2K, I did kind of clickbait the video a little bit, okay? A little bit of clickbait, but you know what? A little bit of healthy clickbait, I would say. When I got 2K, I said, promoting to SSL 2. And a little bit of healthy clickbait there got me 80,000 views, which for my channel's been popping off recently, by the way, which is absolutely nuts. So if you guys are part of the new viewers who just discovered me, thank you all so much for watching the videos and enjoying them. But it's been absolutely popping off, and I need to promote to SSL 2 again, and then maybe get to SSL 3. Because if I can get to SSL 3, well, that's another clickbait. Plus, I've never actually been 2100 before in 2v2. So that would be a very phenomenal achievement for me. And I would love to do that, but you know, I don't know. It's not easy. All right, I will say that, especially in the Dominus now, it is definitely not easy. This car is very difficult to win games with. It's definitely, you know, possible. I don't think that I'm limited to my car yet. I think I'm limited to my sheer lack of brain power sometimes. Nice shot. I don't know how that goes in, but that's that's a nice play. But yeah, I mean, I need to just basically keep on like focusing and playing the game more and just learning. Every single day I'm still learning, even after 6,300 hours. All right, getting into the last game of the video, but yeah, looks like we got a little rematch here, so gotta take them seriously. Can't be assuming that we're just gonna beat them 5-6 to 1. I don't remember what it was. All I know is that we won. Well, that's what we get. That's what I get actually for even mentioning the last game. Should have known that it's a brand new game, and I don't know. He probably should have played the ball there, but that's just a tough spot for both of us to be in. All right, nice, good kickoff goal. So we get it right back. It doesn't really matter. Also, so I was thinking about something the other day, and you know, this is something I feel like a lot of people don't do. But when you are, you know, a common saying is, I'm only stuck in my rank because of my teammates, right? Oh, my teammates suck. If I didn't have these bad teammates and playing against these god players, I wouldn't be stuck in my rank, blah, blah, blah. Right? So basically, if on average you are better than everybody else in the lobby, you're going to rank up just by simple mathematics, right? You know, if you assume that over hundreds and hundreds of games, everybody in the lobby will be, you know, an average out skill level of your rank, then you can assume that if you genuinely consistently play better than what your rank is, you will rank up, because you will win more games than you will lose, because your team should more often than not be more skilled than the other team if you're truly better than your rank. Okay, so that's number one. Like, if you're not hard stuck because of your teammates. Two, when people tend to say, oh my god, my teammate threw, and you know, I'm guilty of this sometimes as well, but when you say like, oh my god, my teammate threw, like, this guy's so bad, like, are you thinking about the whole game, or are you just thinking about the last goal that went in? Because I'm sure that sometime earlier in the game you probably made a mistake that caused a goal, or, and this is my point here, you need to realize that missing a scoring opportunity is just as bad as conceding a goal. Okay? If you miss an open net, or you miss an open shot, or you have a 1v1 that you don't capitalize on, it is just as bad as not, or as like giving up a goal. Okay? And the reason for that is because, you know, if you give up a goal, the goal differential goes down 1. And if you miss an open shot, well, then the goal differential should have gone up 1, but it stayed the same. So it's basically the same as the goal differential, like, going down 1. So if you really think about it, if you're having trouble realizing, like, hey, man, like, all of my teammates suck, you got to start thinking about it from the eyes of, all right, like, yeah, obviously sometimes your teammates might mess up, but I'm sure you're messing up just as much. And one of the easiest ways to see when you're messing up is to go back in the replay and look at how many times you could have scored the ball, but you didn't, either due to bad positioning or bad decision making, or due to, like, mechanics. But you should be looking to see when you could have scored the ball that you didn't. That'll help you realize, like, how... Now, I'm sure most people still aren't going to admit that they belong in the rank that they're in, but, you know, it'll be a first start. If somebody truly wants to, like, stop the self-pity and the, oh my god, woe is me, I should be out of this rank, blah, blah, blah. Right, if you really want to stop that, you can start analyzing your games, and if you really genuinely can't see how you're stuck in your rank, it'll help to analyze all the times where you could have scored that you didn't. Pinch? Oh, is that in? No. See, like, right there I could have scored. No doubt in my mind. If I had stayed back a little bit farther and I had actually read the shot, I could have scored that. So if we lose by 1 goal this game, it's, you know, I mean, I'm not saying your teammates can't throw still. Don't get me wrong. Like, obviously there can be some mistakes that are kind of, I guess, dumber than other mistakes. But, you know, it's important to recognize when you make mistakes as well. Because, to be honest, like, if you think about it, Beast Mode's not going to get stuck in, like, Diamond 3 ranked 2v2. No way! He bumped me. Oh my god. That was just kind of insane. And, you know, obviously you can't become Beast Mode overnight just by, like, thinking about your mistakes. But the point stands is that, you know, you're not playing perfectly. I guarantee you that. Okay? And once you start to realize that you're not playing perfectly, it's a lot easier to get better at the game. Like, to be honest, a lot of the times when I'm losing, it's not because of my teammates. Even though on stream it's 100% of the time my teammates, just because I'm a streamer. It's funny when I get mad. You know, people, like, love that. And yeah, I'll admit when it's my bad on stream as well, but sometimes it's just more fun and more entertaining to be like, teammate, what are you doing? You know, I'm not going to be super analytical in my gameplay while I'm live trying to entertain people. Okay? But, like, you know, it's, even for me, I make a bunch of mistakes, and a lot of them are positioning based, so yeah, like, we'll get scored on because my teammate has a mistouch or something, but my positioning also could have been better to combat the mistouch. And, like, if my teammate gets a mistouch or something, sometimes I try to overcompensate, and because of that, you know, you end up being in a worse spot than if you were to just, like, kind of chill out and allow the mistouch to happen. One other common thing I see a lot is that people will, you know, they'll overcommit for, like, a goal they're trying to go for or something, and then they'll take 18 years to get back on defense, and then when their teammate gets scored on in a 1v2 or a 1v1 situation, they're like, oh my god, teammate, wow, whoa. It's like, dude, you literally left your teammate back alone against 2 other defenders. One of them was bumping him, and the other one was going for an air dribble bump. How do you expect him to save that? You know what I mean? So a lot of the times when you overcommit and your teammate is technically the one getting scored on, you're the one who caused the goal. So that's another thing, is that a lot of people just don't seem to understand when things could potentially be their fault. Oh wait, double reset? This is something I saw in the Yanks montage. Oh! I told you guys I was watching Yanks. I mean, that was the ugliest, like, double flip reset of all time. I mean, it wasn't a double flip reset, it was a flip reset double. You know what I mean? But anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Peace.